Hi, this is Freya from Otherworldly, and today I'm in my, well, I suppose it's a alt technically, my male alt, although except it isn't really an alt because it is my usual Freya Nemeth account. The only alt that I'm using is the one running around with 4 legs and being my horse. But since some of the stores that I blog for do occasionally put out some male items, I've been thinking for a while that it would be useful to have a more appropriately set up male shape with, hair, skin, and all of that, so that I could blog a few of those pieces occasionally. I'll still be blogging mostly in my female shape, and generally, if I need a man in my pictures, I call in man to put on his avatar. But in this case, I've already shown you the two of the female LightStar heads, Athena and Marion, and they have male counterparts called the Apollo and Robin. I've used one or two of them in just photos before, but I haven't really given you a closer look at them, so I thought it might be time to do that. Especially since LightStar has actually come out with 2 more heads now. Again, it's a matched pair, male, female, and these have a more Asian look. So we'll see if I get around to those as well at some point. But for now, I thought I would show you just a little more detail of these heads, and at the same time showing off some male skins from the 7 Deadly Skins skin hunt that is currently going on for group members. I actually ended up joining the group and doing the hunt just to get some options for male skins, because I do like the fact that they offer almost anything they have in the store as Omega appliers, which gives you a lot more choice for what you're gonna wear the skins with. Otherwise, it has been quite a struggle to find good male appliers for the LightStar heads. Another brand that I've been looking a lot at is Clef de Peau, but I haven't settled on any one skin so far. There's a couple of candidates that I think look nice, but otherwise it's slim pickings as far as the Omega skins for guys go. However, as I said, 7 Deadly Skins actually has a lot of them, and you'll see a few of them, and I think they work really well with the LightStar heads. The first skin and head combination that we're going to take a look at is the Apollo head with the Devon skin. I think this tone was called Walnut, and the Apollo head is, I guess, the more masculine of the two that I've tried out, which is Robin, as I said, and Apollo. It has a bit more of a square jaw, generally sort of more of a typical masculine look. Also more adult, I think. I think Robin could be made to look a bit younger. If we're looking a bit more closely here, we'll see that I think it's perfectly possible to make quite a nice profile with it. I tend to like strong noses on both the male and the female heads, and the LightStar heads deliver in that regard. I also think that the lips are perfectly nice, normal, and workable, nothing exaggerated. The eyes are probably the weak point of the LightStar heads, in that the inner corners can be a little difficult to work with. On the other hand, this is a problematic area when it comes to Omega skins. It's difficult to make one size fits all, and that tends to be a problem area. However, in general, skins do fit very well on the LightStar heads because they are quite close to the regular system avatar. So if your Omega skin was made with that in mind, it should work quite well. I think that the detailing of the body appliers on these skins is also quite nice, actually. Maybe a little overly toned for my tastes. You can see a little bit of it in this outfit that I have on. But it was mainly really, they're perfectly fine, I think, the bodies, but it was mainly for the faces that I went after these skins, especially to have something with these LightStar heads. And I'm quite pleased with the results. It is a bit limiting that they do come with brows, all the 7 Deadly Skins skins and no options for brows. So really you're kind of looking, you have to hope that the face that you want is available with the brow color that you want. The brows also work quite well on the heads. That's not too bushy, too big, or anything else that you often see with male brows. I think we could take a little bit of a look as well at before I start switching, let's have a look at the HUDs as well for the male heads. I've obviously shown them before on the female heads, but just as a refresher. So first of all here, let's see what you have in your package for a head. They were simplified after the initial release that I looked at, when you had different layers for makeup and add-ons and so on. They don't any longer. The head is a single piece. It also comes with eyes, and you get a separate HUD for the eyes. I am using Mayfly eyes, however. They work pretty well. You have to push them outwards a bit and maybe make them a little larger than usual, but they work fairly well with mesh heads. So and then you have the actual head and the HUD for that. The HUD also includes the base skin. As you see, it includes all the skin tones. Previously these were separate HUDs, now they are on the HUD itself. If you're not using the base skin, these aren't really interesting for now. You want to look at the extras tab. On the extras tab you have things like the beards, you have eyebrow options. I think the beards should work. Let me see here, or does it apply all over? No, it actually applies just as a layer here. And then obviously you want to tint that if you're gonna wear it. So you can go in here and just tint, and voila, you've got a black beard. Several different styles. Nice and clean. I think they're obviously paint hand drawn rather than photo sourced, but I think they're nice and crisp and can change up a face if that's your preference. I tend to not be much of a beard girl, but you have the option at least. You have several different eyebrow options if you do have a skin without brows. You have eyelash options. I am wearing the default lashes now because I was a bit lazy and didn't adjust my fake lashes, which can be a little tricksy sometimes with the male heads, but I think they are perfectly serviceable. I think they could be improved, but they're not bad. You get more options for lashes with the female heads. I think maybe some options for the male heads wouldn't actually be a bad idea. You have neck tints and neck fitters here. I don't have it on right now. It works quite well without. You see a little bit of a seam, but not too bad. You have your hair bases as well. You can turn on different styles of hair bases. You'll see a little bit up there, basically, just kind of a little bit of a widow's peak there. I'll turn that off though, it's not quite right for this. I'm gonna turn the beard off as well. What else do we have? We have alphas for the ears. We have alphas for the scalp, if you were to need that, and alphas for the I think this will be for the default lashes, or for the, let me see, or does that actually alpha out the lash as well? I think that takes care of the whole thing if you want to apply other lashes, so we're not going to use that. And then you have materials separately for face and lips. And then of course you have tints for the eyebrows, the eyelashes, the beard, and the hair base. So quite versatile little HUD, I think. You know, maybe not, doesn't look as nice as the Liloka HUD. I've said that before. You know, it's not looking as polished, but it really has almost everything you need in this package. And for guys who, you know, are not willing to shell out for the Kawa head, these are a lot more, you know, in a better price range. They're 2,000. You could have two heads and vary if you want that. But obviously, yes, you have to depend on there being Omega appliers, and there's a few brands that do them, but a lot of them just do the Kawa appliers. What I like, I said, about Seven Deadly Skins is that they'll do appliers that are suited for example, Katwa, but they are done as Omega appliers. So you can use them on another head if it works. So there I have shown you a little bit how the head works, and then we're gonna go on to the other outfits that I set up and take a look at Apollo and the Sam skin. So I'm gonna replace my outfit, and in this case that just means that I get the HUDs loading. And there we have it. We have Sam in the smooth clay. Actually, I think smooth is for the body option, and clay is just the skin tone. So here you have a nice paler option, still with the dark eyebrows. Again, the fit is really good. Some of these skins obviously come out fairly close looking. I think that the fit on the eyes is even better here though. And here you have a bit of a stubble. Quite a pretty look, I think. And yes, I am lounging about here in a very decadent way. This, by the way, is the piece from the last treasure chest, sadly the final treasure chest from Rowanwood. I've shown it before in some photos, but there are male poses as well, so I figured I might as well break it out. Although the main reason for doing this was that while I have started setting up male shapes and options for my avatar, I don't yet have any male stands for my AO, so I don't want to stand around because it doesn't quite look right. I'm waiting for there to be some more Bento AOs, because even if I don't have Bento hands yet, and I miss them as soon as I go into my male shape now, I don't want to buy a non-Bento AO or animations since Slink is updating their male hands. So this is, as I said, Apollo and Sam, and then we're going to take a look at the other head, which is Robin, and the bow skin, which I believe is a current group gift, other than from the hunt. So again, we do a little replace, and yep, and for some reason I can't stay where I am when I do a replace, so down I go. And this one applied automatically. Now to get myself back to the recline position. There we go. And I think my eyes are all over the place, so I'm gonna fix those as well before I go on to talking about the Robin skin. Let me see here. Have I not gotten the right applier? There we go. There's the right applier. So here we have caramel, the tone caramel, and the bow skin. And as you can see, the profile is similar, but it is softer, I think, and prettier. The nose is a bit different here. Obviously, I am using a slightly different shape as well that is more suited to the Robin. But you can see that the jawline is softer, has that less of that square-jawed feel. Beyond that, there are certainly similarities between the faces, but I think that they're kind of made to be sort of sibling pairs, I guess. Robin and Marion both have a softer look, and the Athena and Apollo heads are a bit stronger. So I would probably say that because of that, Athena is my favorite among the female and Robin among the male. And the noses here I think work fairly well with most of these skins. You do get, if you go in, a little bit of stretching in this area, as you can see. It is a bit of a problem area, the male nose, as everyone knows who's worked on skins on the regular avatar. So I think that that is something that will happen with Omega skins and Omega heads. But I certainly could see some, maybe some work needed in this area with the vertices, if that is possible to be improved. That will probably be on future heads, as far as I understand from the LightStar creator. These are more or less in their final form unless any bugs show up. But she has been saying that she will be creating a lot more, and as I said, there is the Asian pair that is out now as well. So if none of the heads that are out so far fit your fancy, keep an eye on the brand still. And then we have a final combination here, which is Robin and the tag skin. So here should just be a replacement of the hoods here again, new Omega applier, and you can see it. This is the Earth skin tone. They have quite a lot of skin tones at 7 Deadly Skins. Some varieties in depending on the age of skins as well. I'm not quite sure which ones are current or not. Do like the detailing on these arms, I have to say, even if there is a little bit of a seaming issue, I think, with the hands actually. So there's definitely room to improve both on the skins and the head base, but guys don't have a lot of options, and I'm certainly happy to have found some that suit my aesthetics. You know, I like them a bit pretty as opposed to too masculine, and these should do just fine. And I thought I'd say a few words as well before finishing up about what else I'm wearing. And excuse me, we have some pieces from Noble Creations actually, and that was one of the brands that sort of inspired me to decide that I needed a male avatar, because I've been blogging their stuff for a while, and they do send out some male pieces now and then. This is the Outlander kilt, actually. I think it's a We Love Roleplay. I'm gonna, of course, put the credits in. I always forget to check that right before I do these videos, and then I'll dig around in my inventory. But it comes in with a hood, actually, which has, I think, 4 sort of tartan patterns, and then it has 2 solid patterns, and I decided that with this nice royal blue solid pattern, it had a bit of a Grecian or Roman feel to it. So hence the surroundings. I've got the zoom out a little bit again and give you a better look at this piece that I blogged just a few days ago, which is the Bauwerk sort of Baroque installation, also at We Love Roleplay. And I decided to set it up with this couch here and use it as my little recording studio for today. So it has a bit of a Roman feel, so suited this outfit very nicely. The collar is also from Noble Creations, and that one I believe came in a male and a female version. Now, as you can see, this one doesn't fit perfectly. You got a little bit of an issue here, and there weren't actually any slink sizes. This is a slink male body of the kilt. So what I'm wearing is actually the mesh project in an extra large, but works pretty well even if you can't alpha this out. But you know, with movement you always get some little clipping, so for the most part it worked nicely and rigged pretty well. So as in it works around the body, and it works when you move, so not too much of a problem. That's definitely wearable for a slink body, I think. So there you have it, a bit of a rambling look at a couple of options for male avatars out there. God knows there's more of those needed, especially in terms of sort of roleplay clothing. A lot of it tends to be a bit samey, and you know, for modern clothing it's either grungy or suits. So definitely needs filling out. But you know, I know that guys don't shop as much as girls, so probably won't be happening too much of that even in the future, but I'm glad that there are some more heads at least and some more Omega skins options.